Good morning. Dr. Tracy McElvanna here, and I am with Marty Warfel. Marty has participated in the Metabolic Reset program, and he's here this morning to share his experience and to share the results that he's achieved with the program. So good morning, Mart.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to talk with you because you have achieved some wonderful results. You have a really great story to share and to inspire other people with. So why don't we jump right in? I know with the reset, you lost weight, you had some positive changes with energy, better mental clarity. You had some nice changes. So I want to talk about that, but I want to start with maybe introduce yourself. What would you like other people to know about you and why you chose to do the reset?
Okay. Well, let me give you a quick thumbnail sketch. I am a retired person, have been for a number of years now. I've hit some health challenges late in life that I did not anticipate. I've had several hip replacements.
Mm-hmm.
I was diagnosed with a very rare movement disorder called orthostatic tremor in 2018, which was confirmed by 3 different medical practices. So I'm currently under treatment for that with a neurologist at the Columbia Neurological Center in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
I had some weight issues and some general health malaise, which I think was pretty much connected to my weight issues and my lifestyle issues. So a lot of things were kind of collapsing on me all at the same time. And there's a lot of things I want to do yet in life. We all have our bucket list.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of different things that I haven't checked off yet. So I made a decision that I really need to look at other avenues and venues outside of what we might call traditional or allopathic medicine to potentially provide me with some positive results. So I started doing research about the microbiome, gut flora, the gut-brain connection, dysbiosis, all of that. And that probably doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people if they haven't done any research on it at all, but I would highly recommend that people do research that and make their own decisions, because I think it's an emerging practice in medicine called, some people call it functional, some people call it integrative, some people call it naturopathic. There's a lot of names for it.
Yeah.
But I think it's worthy of people investigating to see if potentially that could be something that might give them positive results and help them with their health challenges. And I do believe it has helped me, yet I do believe I still have work to do. And just starting this journey, really, I've got through the 42-day stage of the metabolic reset.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm going to be moving forward with an action plan that's going to target specific areas that really will affect me as relates to some of my health challenges.
Yeah.
And these are things that personally and frankly, as I spoke to my primary practitioner, as I've spoken to different neurologists, these are not things that they ever really discussed with me or brought up with me. It's unfortunate, and I'm not being critical of them because they all have their place, and they certainly are not people I'm going to break off my relationship with. However, I do feel that getting my body more fit in my biochemistry, if you will, and changing my lifestyle, not eating and drinking with reckless abandon as I used to, not putting back on all of that weight that had me teetering on almost being morbidly obese. For a while, I was considered obese. and now I am no longer considered that. My A1C has improved. It's, I think, 5.7. It's under the line for pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes. My blood pressure is 120/60 consistently. So these are things that I have actually have evidence that this program has helped me get to. And if I continue with this and just don't walk away from it and say, well, I got here, now let me go back to where I was, well, that's just not going to work.
Right.
Then it would have been a total waste of time.
Right. That's the most important part, the long-term strategies and the maintenance of what you've achieved. I want to summarize what you just shared. You mentioned a few different terms for this type of healthcare: functional medicine, integrated medicine, maybe natural holistic medicine. And what they all have in common is those are practitioners that look to get to the root cause behind why we have symptoms and why we have any diagnosis. So I just wanted to point out what those terms have in common. That could be a different discussion about how those terms differ and when they're used, but that's what they have in common. It's all about getting to the root cause and addressing diet and lifestyle. So you did your research, you knew that you wanted to pursue a customized functional medicine strategy, but your strategy started off with the metabolic reset. And that's what you just finished. It was a 6-week program. So that's what we wanted to focus on today, is this initial experience with the reset. And one of the questions I had for you too was, what have you achieved so far? So you have mentioned your lab values have changed, and that's something we're going to continue to track in your blood work. So lab values around blood sugar control, also your blood pressure readings. What else have you noticed going through the reset, really dialing in your diet and lifestyle?
I have more energy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go to bed as early as I used to. I mean, I was by 8 o'clock at night, I was thinking about, okay, I think I'm ready for bed. Now I might be sitting here reading or watching something of interest on the TV, and wow, it's 10 o'clock. So,
yeah.
So my whole biological clock seems to have changed. I have more energy during the day, and I have more staying powers as far as staying awake. And I get up quite early every day. I commuted to Manhattan for 26 years, and I got up at 5:30 every morning, and that has never changed. I still seem to get up to catch the 6:15 clocker to Manhattan every morning. And so I have my day is much more elongated now, but I think that's a good thing, because, you know, when you get to be my age, you want to get as many hours in the day as you can, because, you know, it's just the way it is.
So better stamina.
Yes, yeah, no question about that. I've started to work with several different trainers at 2 different fitness centers. One of them's hospital affiliated, and they work with people that have neuromuscular disorders or neurogenic disorders, Parkinson's in particular.
Mm-hmm.
So they are helping me with some of my balance and gait issues, postural issues, and all of that. But I feel like, and I think my trainers have both noticed it. First off, they noticed the significant weight reduction. And they were very complimentary about that, which I felt good about. But they're pressing me now to do more than I did before, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because in my particular situation, if I stop moving every day, if I become sedentary and give into this, it's not going to be a very good outcome.
Yeah.
We're talking walkers and wheelchairs. And like I said, I have a bucket list, and there's no rooms at this point for walkers or wheelchairs. So if I keep moving every day, whether it's aqua kinetics or cycling I'm going to try and get into gentle yoga,
Mm-hmm.
Tai Chi. There's a whole bunch of different things out there that are good for the brain-body connection. Um,
Yeah, that's
but
wonderful.
I think if you do this reset, though, it really positions you better to be able to do those things. If
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of malaise and a lack of energy and you're lethargic and you don't have muscle tone, um, you don't have core strength, you can't do those things. And
Yeah,
then that's when it really goes in a very bad direction.
yeah,
So it was a prime motivator for me. Now, not everybody that you will speak to about this program has the same considerations and needs that I had. So maybe they won't have that particular
yeah,
motivation. But certainly, I think when you're dealing with an older population, I think older population by definition has some balance, gait, postural issues.
yeah,
They may not be neurogenic. It's just that's what aging is.
yeah.
And if you can do things to turn that around, to reverse it, then it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. A lot of people are putting up with pain and stiffness and symptoms that they attribute to aging, and it can very well be their diet and lifestyle. So we're
Oh, no
putting up
question
with
about it.
more than we realize we should be. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No question about it.
You mentioned that you lost a good bit of weight. How many pounds did you release with the reset?
Well, I actually started my weight loss early in the year
Yeah.
because on January 1st, I weighed, I think, about 250, 251 pounds. And now I'm down to 210 pounds, which is, I haven't been that light in over 30 years.
Wow.
Now, obviously, I didn't lose all that on the reset because
Right.
the reset was the tail end of that weight loss.
Yeah.
However, I will say on the reset, I think I lost probably about 15 pounds, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the most structured part of my weight loss. That was the part of my weight loss that really addressed more of the issues about what am I going to do going forward? What am I going to avoid going forward? I want to have a more plant-based diet, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I want to avoid some of the things that I've been eating with impunity on a regular basis, and some of the beverages I was drinking, alcoholic in content.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I realize that those changes have to be forever changes,
Yeah.
and that's what I learned during the reset. So I think that was some very valuable information. I think the diet itself that you do during the reset, while it is challenging, there's no question
Mm-hmm.
about it. The intermittent fasting is challenging, no question about it. It's a healthy, safe diet, and an effective diet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like people get onto these fad diets, and my God, there's 1,000 of them out there,
Yeah.
and it's a real yo-yo thing, and they might have some dramatic short-term losses, and they really haven't done a lot to help their body out, other than maybe cosmetically and
Yeah.
weight-wise, and then it all comes back with a vengeance.
Right.
And
That's the worst part.
I think where I am now, I don't intend
Yeah.
to let it come back with a vengeance. I intend, in fact, I do have a goal of being under 200 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I've talked to my primary physician about that because my commitment to getting under 200 is kind of pegged on, okay, I'm not going to take any pills for blood pressure or pre-diabetes. I'm going to stop taking those meds because now I'm taking a number of natural supplements,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I do take a medication at this point for my orthostatic tremor, which maybe I won't take that either. I don't know. The jury's out on that one.
Yeah.
That's a discussion I'll have with my neurologist in New York City. But
Yeah.
I have certainly informed him and others about what I'm up to here. So
Yeah.
everybody.
You mentioned what is so important is the long-term plan, the long-term strategies. You've come off of the fat burning phase of the metabolic reset. Now you're in maintenance. And this is where you figure out what can I do to continue to burn fat to get to your goal. You want to be under 200. And you know, what can you tolerate? How many carbs can you tolerate? If you want to be off plan once in a while, how often can we do that? Like, can we go out once a month and have a dinner that's off plan and still maintain our weight? And that's what each person figures out in maintenance, because everybody's different. So you want to have that long-term plan, and you want to know what you can tolerate. So yeah, we don't want to spend the rest of our lives like 100%. We can't, you know, have anything. So we want to, you know, figure out what's the right balance for you, and that's what we're going to work on at this point going forward. I have one more burning question for you, Marty, and that is, what would you say to other people thinking about this program? And if you would also, what would you say to people, to other retirees, people in your particular age group? Because one thing that I know working with the retiree population is that a lot of them have coverage with Medicare insurance, and there's a tendency to pursue what Medicare covers. And you've had to go outside of that box and invest in your health. So I was wondering if you would, what would you say to other people and other people in your age group?
Well, it all comes down to you can't put a price tag on your health. If you have goals and aspirations to age gracefully, to enjoy the fruits of your labor, of your retirement, all the work you've done in your life to get where you are, it seems to me to be penny wise and pound foolish to not make what I consider to be a relatively modest investment in going down this path outside of the what's normally covered by Medicare, or if you have some supplemental insurance. Mm-hmm. It just makes a lot of sense to do that. If you do it, I think anyone that's on the fence about doing it, if they do it and succeed in their goals, then they will be like me and say, wow, that was really a smart move.
Yeah.
They'll feel very happy about the return on investment, if you will.
Yeah.
Put it in business terms.
Yeah.
So I just recommend it highly for those that can. And certainly not everyone can.
Yeah.
But if you find ways, we can all find ways to accomplish goals and make means to do things if we look and maybe get a little bit creative even. And I think it's worth the effort, because it is, after all, your health that's at stake here.
Yeah, yeah. So your health being priceless. So you said this is a great investment, great return on your investment, money well spent. And ultimately, because it gives you freedom to live the life that you want to live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
bucket list.
I'm going to be going to spend a week in Aruba in about a week, and I already know that the things I want to do are going to require that I have good physical stamina. Like I want to get into this thing called the lazy river, but not walk with the current, walk against the current early in the morning before people are even in it.
Yeah.
And get a good aerobic exercise. Prior to the reset, I would not have been able to do that. Now I will be able to do that. Yeah. I want to go in. I want to swim in the ocean. Yeah. I may even want to try something like some snorkeling. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm not going to put any limits on myself. I'll do things that are within my means and safe, but I have a different attitude and a different level of confidence about what I'm going to be able to do on this trip. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm so excited for you. So for you, it's all about freedom, freedom to do what you want.
Yes, yes. I mean, we can put chains around ourselves and put restrictions on ourselves by virtue of our lifestyle, if you will.
Yeah.
Or we can take those chains off. We can get out of that bondage to our lifestyle and live a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I intend to do that. And the reset has been tremendously helpful in getting me to where I have a great deal of confidence about where I'm going to go from
Yeah.
here forward.
Yeah. Well, I just have thoroughly enjoyed our conversation today.
Likewise.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience and your story to inspire other people, because I am just so excited about sharing this message and sharing this program with other people that want the same freedom that you're after. So,
Absolutely. By all means. By all means.
well, thank you very much. And I know we'll be talking soon.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Oh, my pleasure. You are so welcome. All right. Have a great day. Take care, Marty.
Thank you.